Hello, I'm Trenton.
And I'm Katie, and this is your
Daily US Update. Today we'll be talking about American exceptionalism.
Man, this is a very exceptional country.
Right, you are, Katie. But let me pose the question many of our viewers are probably thinking. Just what is American exceptionalism?
American exceptionalism, as stated by John Winthrop, Ronald Reagan, Max Lerner, and many others, is the special character of the United States as a uniquely free nation based on democratic ideals and personal liberty.
That's right. In 1630, John Winthrop described a Puritan settlement as a city on the hill, and that the eyes of all people are upon us. But just what did he mean by that?
Well, this was the earliest record of someone describing America as exceptional. He meant that it stands out above all other countries, and others look at America as an example.
That's very true. Alexis de Tocqueville, a French political scientist, wrote in his book Democracy in America that exceptionalism means that one nation has uniqueness in relation to other nations.
Tocqueville once said, "The situation of the Americas is therefore entirely exceptional, and it is to be believed that no other democratic people will ever be placed in it."
That's right. That means America has been put in a very special place in the world and has been given many opportunities to be a great nation. Similarly, Ronald Reagan, in his farewell address, says it, talking about America, was a tall, proud city built on rocks stronger than oceans, windswept, God-blessed, and teeming with people of all kinds living in harmony and peace.
In this speech, Ronald Reagan is describing the exceptionalism of our country and how he thinks it stands out among other countries. In this speech, Ronald Reagan is describing the exceptionalism of our country and how he thinks it stands out among other countries. Although all of these scholars describe American exceptionalism, none of them use the words American exceptionalism. The first documented use of the words was by Max Lerner in his book, America as a Civilization.
Now, although some may believe that American exceptionalism isn't true and is just some made-up thing, it's very real. America has shown itself to be different than all other countries by its governmental structure, origins, history, and even current events that are happening now.
Now here's Trenton with an update on the Revolutionary War.
Hello everyone, Trenton here to bring you some of the hottest reports of the American Revolutionary War. What started off as small taxation quickly blew up into a full-blown war in the New World. Different laws from Britain, such as the Stamp Act and the Tea Act, put taxes on imported goods such as paper or tea. However, the colonists of America were extremely unhappy with these taxes, and many of them rebelled. Two big events that led to the Revolutionary War were the Boston Massacre and the Boston Tea Party, both occurring in Boston. The Boston Massacre happened when British redcoat soldiers opened fire on American colonists, killing 5 of them. The Boston Tea Party was in response to the Tea Act, where several colonists snuck into British ships in the middle of the night and dumped thousands of dollars of tea overboard into the Boston harbor. Tensions finally erupted at the Battle of Lexington and Concord, where the British fired the shot heard round the world, in April of 1775. After the brutal defeat of the Americans in Lexington and Concord, many different battles followed that, such as the Battle of Bunker Hill or in Saratoga. The American victory at Saratoga convinced the French to join the American fight for independence. Finally, after years of fighting, America finally defeated the British at the Battle of Yorktown in 1781. However, due to the slow nature of communication at that time period, the war didn't end until 2 years later, in 1783, with the Treaty of Paris. Earlier in the war, in 1776, the Continental Congress met together and drafted and signed the Declaration of Independence. This radical document changed history forever. It declared America an independent state separate from Britain. This war led to America becoming free from British rule, and it started it on the path to become one of the greatest nations of all time. This war is one of the prime examples of why America is exceptional, because it shows that as a nation, in times of difficulty, we band together to strive for greater good. And now to Katie for weather.
Hey guys, it's Katie with the weather. It's warm outside. Hey y'all, I'm Katie, and I'm here with the Civil War. Before the Civil War was even started, many decisions were made about African American rights. Some of these included the Kansas-Nebraska Act, Dred Scott case, Harper's Ferry, the election of Abraham Lincoln, and the secession of some southern states. In the Kansas-Nebraska Act, popular sovereignty was the final decision in whether the two states would be pro or anti-slavery. Harper's Ferry, on October 16, 1856, was one of the many John Brown raids that was used to convince the South that the North was trying to destroy the South and their policies. The Dred Scott case of 1857 legalized the use of slavery in certain states. These events led to increasing tensions between the North and the South. Once Lincoln was elected president in 1861, the southern states became furious and some even seceded from the U.S. The states that seceded included South Carolina, Mississippi, Florida, Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, and Texas. These actions led to the United States Civil War. Fort Sumter was a win by the Confederates that caused even more seceding. These states included Virginia, Arkansas, North Carolina, and Tennessee. Many other major battles included Bull Run, Antietam, Gettysburg, Vicksburg, and Appomattox. At the Battle of Appomattox, General Lee, with the Confederates, surrendered to Ulysses S. Grant and ended the Civil War. After the war, slavery was eradicated, and the government continued to push for African American rights. This war shows how exceptional America is as a country because we continue to push for equal rights for all Americans. The end. And here's Trenton with the weather.
Today's weather forecast, cloudy with a chance of death. Bonjour, it's Trenton again with your segment on World War I and how it makes America exceptional. World War I started when the Archduke of Austria-Hungary, Franz Ferdinand, and his wife were assassinated in Bosnia in 1914. The Habsburg Empire turned down its listed demands from Serbia, which caused it to declare war on Serbia. This caused many different countries to, join in with the Habsburg Empire and the Austrian-Hungary Empire. Russia and France then joined with Serbia, and Germany allied with Austria. Japan and Great Britain then joined in Serbia's side, and Turkey joined sides with Germany and Austria. Overall, the main countries with the Allies included France, Britain, Russia, Italy, the US, Romania, Greece, Serbia, and Japan. On the sides of the Central Powers, there was Germany, Austria-Hungary, Turkey, and Bulgaria. The US then entered the war in 1917, and some of our major battles included Ypres-Lys, Saint-Mihiel, Mons-Argonne, Somme, and Champagne-Marais. The US turned the tides of the war and helped the Allies to ultimately win the battle. This makes America exceptional because the United States contributed to stopping European countries from fighting with each other, and as a result, it experienced economic growth.
Good day, mate. Katie here again. The last segment for the morning. World War I. World War I started with several rising dictators, like Hitler, Stalin, and Mussolini, started invading neighboring countries. Britain and France declared war on Germany after Hitler took over Poland, and many countries joined the Allied side. On the Axis side, Germany, Japan, Italy, a few other countries joined together. Russia sided with Allies, but later was in Cold War with America. War officially started in 1939, and after several years, Germany looked like it would be the victors after they took over France and raided Britain. However, Japan bombed Pearl Harbor in Hawaii. The U.S. entered the war on the Allies' side. We supplied Britain with new arms and supplies and eventually turned their tides of the war in our favor. After many years, the Allies won Europe in 1945, taking out Hitler and destroying his Nazi regime. On the western side of America, our army went on an island-hopping campaign to get to Japan, and we ultimately dropped 2 atomic bombs on Japan, bringing an end to the entire war in the late 1945. This war once again proved America's exceptionalism because we turned the tides of another world war, and we also brought down totalitarianism and fascist states, as well as emerged as a prominent world power after the war. Now that we've learned all about these wars, just how did they show American exceptionalism?
Well, that's a good question. Each of these wars show that America is an exceptional country for many reasons. After every war, we always end up being a stronger nation than before. After the American Revolution, we were a newly independent country. Our nation always joins together to pursue a common goal.
After the Civil War, slavery no longer existed, so we were able to progress towards more equal rights. This showed that we are constantly striving to make the nation a better place for everyone, including minority groups.
Following both of the world wars, we emerged as a world power and became more economically stable. It showed that we can handle major global situations better than most other countries, and we continue to be a role model for developing nations. All of these wars shows that America handles situations differently than any other nation, because we always make it out better than before. That's it for today. I'm Trenton.
And I'm Katie, and this has been your
Daily US Update. Thanks for watching.